maybe I like the proper structure of concrete because you can find it in any construction actually. And I'm quite fascinated by brutalist architecture, so concrete is like a basic element, you know. And I'm interested by how it can be break actually, how it can be broken, and so this is why I started to study for this piece. I think this is related to maybe post-structuralism, things like that, because I like to know what is underlying, I mean behind matter, how it is done. So I think this is why I asked to a researcher to work with me on this piece, because I wanted to know more about how we could model how the concrete could be broken. So I think destruction is like, for me, it is like a process, because I like to create systems and to create structures, and at some point in the system you have some features able to destroy it, you know. Like if by design we could directly design the way a system could be destroyed when we are building the system itself, you know. So maybe this is related also to my current live performance named Sick Term, which is about creating a structure and just destroying it by using noise and stuff like that. So I think Fract is a bit like, I would say, permanently destroying matter or system. So you have a kind of a process simulating real physics fractures in a mesh network, and this is what we are watching behind. And at some point the system can restart and just restart the process from the beginning. So this is like I would say a flow. There is no beginning and no end, you know. This is permanently evolving destruction, I would say. Maybe this is a bit dystopic, but anyway, I think this is, I would say, positive dystopian stuff, because I like, this is also a way to understand how the concrete is done, is made, so yeah. Yeah, maybe this is, I would say, a process we can always find in science, like sending particles inside matter and watching what is going on after that. So maybe this is like, I don't know, a child who wants to know what there is inside the box, and he just not break the box, but at least trying to open it, and yeah, trying to understand what there is under just the surface, you know. So this is also why I used only 2D in this piece, because this is just like a surface. We cannot see, we cannot really understand what there is behind. But if we are stressing this virtual mesh network, we can understand how it is done, because it is cracking actually. So maybe this is another, yeah, I like the book named Le silence de la mer in French, which is by Vercors, which means we can only see a very quiet surface of the sea, you know, but under this quiet surface there are a lot of things, maybe growing, living, dying, and a lot of, I would say, movement. But at some point we are just locked in silence and we cannot see what is going on. So I think this is related also to this. I think I'm really interested by how the sound can be be spread in a space. So it really depends on the type of the sound itself, I mean the content of the sound, spectral content, stuff like that. But also it is very connected to the space itself, its shape, but also the matter on the wall and maybe floor and anyway. So it can, for me it is very interesting to change the sound by using just a specific space. I'm often quoting the John Schoening, who designed FM synthesis algorithm the first at the beginning, and it was saying also that we have to integrate directly at the composition moment, at the composition step. We have to integrate the space where we will spread our composition, where we will play it. And I like this global approach because it means we cannot just think about sound in the lab, or in the studio. We have to know the space where it will be spread. So even when I'm making installation like that, I'm trying to know the size of the space and maybe some features of the space because it is quite interesting. Especially when you want to play with that, like making some specific reverberation or I don't know, maybe some sound absorption or frequency limitation and stuff like that. It is interesting.